What up, boos? It's your boy Prophet74, and today I have the Samsung Galaxy S. It's a 64 gig, and of course you can add extra memory, the SD cards. The miniature, the mini SD cards actually go in here. So when you buy this, what you get in here, it's pretty neat. You get the phone, of course. You get this little device to actually implant and take out your chip. It's just like a paperclip pretty much to pull out the actual chip in the SIM card. Now, on top of that, you get some really great headsets. They're kind of carbon fiber wire, which is, they're pretty awesome little headsets. I mean, it's one of the best headsets I've seen so far on a free device. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. So, here's the device, of course. It's a Samsung Galaxy S. It is super slim. I end up getting actually the platinum in the back, which is more like a silver part. They have the new feature where it has the thumb, the fingerprint reader here, instead of course, because the reason they have it in the back is because now they got rid of the button. So let's compare with the Samsung Galaxy 7. I'm going to compare these two together. This is Galaxy 7 and the Galaxy 8. Now the Galaxy has the button. The 8 does not have any button. That's the reason they put the fingerprint reader in the back, because the only reason that the button's here is because it has fingerprint read. Now this was a 64. It was kind of a common theme. This came at 32. So 64 and 32, they give you double the maximum memory you can have. But in addition, you could add as much as you want. So right now, the mini micro SD cards, I think they're at 256 right now. They might even go higher in the future. Of course, the larger they are, the more expensive they get. Now, if you notice the size, it's a big difference. Now, Samsung did not go with the traditional battery that they had. They kept the same one from the silent. It's actually the same battery as the Samsung Galaxy 7. So they did not go and add in new features or any new batteries because they have issues back in a couple of years ago. So Samsung decided to go with the same traditional battery. You're not going to see a big difference, other than they shrink the battery down, which they probably deduct a little bit or made more room in the digital stuff. Now, one thing I like about the Samsung Galaxy is that it's much smaller than the original one. So if you put it in comparison, there's just a couple centimeters small. It's actually about same size pretty much. It's a little thinner. It seems like it's more slimmer, and the edge is very fine, of course. Now on the 8, it's a little heavier than the 7. I mean, so I guess they gotta compact all that stuff in the metal framing. And now people are actually doing some great modifications to these phones. So this phone in the back, it's pretty much a sealing sticker. And what our people are doing is they're cleaning it out and making it a see-through kind of case. So it's pretty neat, pretty decent. But by doing that, you're gonna avoid the warranty. So I don't recommend you doing any of that stuff. Now, on this system is made for a lot of new features, especially a lot of new games that are gonna be available. So games that require Oculus Rift, Oculus, VR systems, 360. It's made more slimmer just to run those things, but you still get the overheating of the system. And of course, there is a feature that shuts down the system. And this phone used to overheat, especially when we had it on the old VR. Now on the new VR system, we're gonna talk a little bit more, because this Samsung Galaxy 8 has a better chip, faster system, and it loads up quicker, of course. And now it also implants a lot of the new games and old games, and you can see a big difference on it. So let's take a look at the next step of Samsung Galaxy 8. What I recommend you, if you're a gamer out there, this is your phone. So stay tuned. Now let's start the second part of the late to the show. So here I'm going to compare the old VR with the new VR. And of course, I don't have to demonstrate the old VR because it's been played, everybody has it. But I am going to open up something new that I just got in the mail. Now, I got this for free for buying this new phone. So if you buy the phone, they end up giving you this as a appreciation. But they had the same promotion last time when they released the Samsung 8. The 7, I'm sorry, when they released the Samsung 7, they had the same promotion, but they were giving more of the phone, they were giving more of the watch, and then more of the VR, and they had better accessories. Now, they only trimmed it down to getting the VR headset. So it's a little different, but it's much better than the old one. So let's take a look. So when you open the box, the first thing you get on this is you get the display. This is pretty much what you get. And the VR system is all set up. It's brand new. They have a case to cover for, you know, for any kind of like dust control. Now, this is the part that's totally new to everybody, which is a great feature. It's a Bluetooth. It has a stabilizer in here, and this is what I wanted to see. It's pretty much the control. It has a sensor feel, of course. You can use this as a controller. You could click here. The controller itself, it's a little awesome little device, of course. Now, on top of that, they also give you a welcome package, which it gives you a couple of software that you could start playing with the software in the games. So you scratch this, you input your information, and you get a couple of games that they include also whatever they recommend. Now there's an audio button on there's a plus and a negative, and also a back arrow and a home button. Now this feels like an actual VR controller. So maybe this is something that HTC Vive is going to go for, which I kind of feel like this is more like the future, but they might add more finger extensions. And now this is pretty awesome little device that you have. And of course, I don't have the VR set up, but they made it very comfortable now. And of course, if you're wearing glasses just like me, it feels very smooth, very decent, and I could actually see through the light here. So it's pretty decent how they have it. It seems like they got rid of a couple things. They still have the touch device on the side of it. There's also the home button, the back button, and the clicking, of course. You can use this if you don't have the controller, so it's an option too. If you don't have this, you can always use this on the road too. They do have the same feature where it kind of focuses on your lenses, so this is one of the great things. Now, the one thing I noticed, and they talked about it, and I'm going to demonstrate here, is that one thing that they talked about, and I noticed is that because there's a new USB-C class, there's a different class of device, a USB. It's not compatible with the old system, but what they did, very intelligent to them, they actually added an extension to it. Now that you want to play the old games, now because the new Samsung Galaxy 8 has a different USB connection, it's a newer version, of course, they have a compatibility problem here with the old version. So this is compatible with the new one and the old, even if it has the new connection. What they give you, Samsung is very clever of giving you an extension, an actual adapter to place into the system, so you go play with your Galaxy 7 or the new one 8. So that's a really ingenious place that they have. So it doesn't give out the left outs of those people that have the Galaxy 7. What they do, they just expanded their market, because now people that have the Galaxy 7 are going to want to get the new controller. So in order to get the new controller, they want to get the new headset. There's the same features on the old headset, but the controller is what they're going to get. So they're not selling it separate yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. So one great feature I like about this is that you could play even the Note, even if the Note's been bad, it still fits in here. So it's a great thing to have. They give you all the straps, the same straps. They even include batteries too for your controller. So any new features on the VR system is going to be great to all the gamers out there. I mean, now it's getting more compatible, it's faster, it's able to obtain more memory, more speeds, and this is the wave of the future. So all the developers are creating, they're also creating for a lot of mobile devices now these days. So let's get back, and I'm going to give you a little news on what's happening around the gaming industry.